All right, so here we go. Here is my devotional tonight, and I like literally is just so perfect. It says in Matthew 17:20, he said to them, because of your little faith, for truly I say to you, if you have faith like a grain of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. People will do one of three things when they reach their rock bottom. They will break out, they will break down, or they will break through. The time where you reach your lowest point is the same time where you will reach your greatest moment of growth. Growing pains happen when you are on the verge of a breakthrough. When you're following the word of God and you're adhering to the path that he has placed in your life, then you'll go through growing pains. There will be seasons in which you will feel stretched. It won't feel good. It won't be easy. But if you maintain your focus and continue to push back against the resistance that you are facing, then you will eventually push through. Your will to succeed has to be able to overcome the resistance that you will face along the way. You have to want it more. You have to be willing to change and transform. If you dream big, then your obstacles will be big. You can't view them as the end of the road, but as a minor detour along the way. Every story of success started with a road of resistance. Success doesn't come easy. It comes to those who are willing to push through the pain until they reach it. Often it is these obstacles and outside circumstances that will provide us with the strength and knowledge to reach success in the first place. Everything that God does is done for a reason. It is done with a plan already in place. If you're going through something, then keep going. Walk the extra mile, move the mountain, and push through. This like literally was just, I opened it up and I was like just so good, because I know that I've talked to many of you and you are discouraged or wondering, like you're not happy with your enrollments. You're not happy with where you are in the business. And, maybe you're taking a turn. I've talked to a few of you that are on this call. Like it's been a hard week. It's been literally a hard month, just in your family, not to mention in this business. And you just have so many outside forces going on. And just the ability to maintain that focus on your vision for your future and for your family, and just to keep pushing through, hold fast to him and push through. Just love it so much. So I heard a quote the other day, and Pam Souter is the one who said it, that said, you need to have a why that makes you cry. And when your why is strong enough and big enough for what you're doing and the purpose that you're striving for in life, that's going to keep you going through all those hard times, through hard lifetimes, through hard times in business. If your why makes you cry, you're going to work hard enough for it. So Mel, I have to say your background looks so freaking awesome. I just want to point that out, that I just love it so much. All right, you guys. So let's get to the meat of this, because I want to be cognizant of your time. So we're going to be talking about DT enrollment. This is probably the biggest thing that I hear about from you guys that you're struggling with personally. What do I say? How do I say it? I'm not getting any distributors to enroll with me. Can you give me any tips? And so the first thing that, the number one thing that I want to say is, where's your mind? When you think of enrolling a distributor, what immediate thought pops into your head? Is it negative? If so, you will never enroll anyone because of your lack of belief in yourself. Okay, so when you sit there and you think, no one's going to enroll with me, if that's your first thought, then that's a negative thought, right? If your first thought is, like when I say, okay, let's go get a DT on a voice message, and I'm trying to inspire you and encourage you. Let's go after this. You know of anybody? Where's your conversations? And you're like, no one ever enrolls with me. My conversations are always dead-ended. Is that positive or negative? It's negative. And so when you have that mindset about it's not working for me, I can't do it, that's where your mind is going to go. You're not going to enroll anybody. No matter what tips I give you, no matter what I say on this call, that's where your belief in self is, and you're not going to enroll. And so self-development is so key. And I cannot speak about this enough. When you work on you and have your mind right, that is going to propel you forward into this business and in life. Okay. Something I'm very huge about right now is journaling. Very, very big about it. And I was talking to Mel about this the other day, that I literally write in my journal every single day. I am a mass loyal customer and distributor enroller. People flock to me. They seek me out. I draw them in They flow to me naturally. I write that every single day. Why do I write that every single day? I'm just speaking it out. Every time I write it, I believe it more. On day 1, did I believe it? No. On day 2, did I believe it? No. On day 3, did I believe it? No. But by day 23, I'm starting to believe it. People flock to me. They flow to me. I'm speaking that out. I encourage you guys all to write that every day. Starting the day with gratitude, you guys, that, doing this journaling. And basically, you guys know I'm using Alyssa's journals, and I highly recommend them. But even if you don't have that, grab a composition notebook and just freaking start writing. Write I am statements, right? Just every day, what am I grateful for today? It doesn't have to be, I know that seems repetitive, but I have found that I'm not grateful for the same thing every day. One day it may be you guys. The next day it may be the fact that my husband walked with me that morning. The next day it may be the fact that God has shown me grace and mercy, because I just feel so overwhelmed with that. It changes literally from day to day. But what I've realized is that my positive thoughts overrule my negative thoughts, because that's where my focus starts for my day. I am focusing on the good and what the Lord has done for me and what he has given for me, even in the small things of life. And that comes to being with your distributor enrollment as well, working on self, focusing on self, thinking the positive, speaking that positive out into existence. I also put down there, I lead them well and teach them what I do, and they are successful. Okay. And so I say that very specific. I teach them what I do, because I am successful in this business. And what I do does work for me. And so teaching them what I do is making them successful as well. And so I'm saying that I'm teaching them and I lead them well. And I think that sometimes when you think of lack of belief, that's lack of belief in yourself, that you can teach them as well. You are surrounded by so many women on this call right now. In our More Chat, we have so many women in our More Chat that can co-lead and help you lead and help teach you, answer questions, walk you through training somebody new. Your enroller can help you with that thing. You're not alone in training somebody. It doesn't matter if you've been in this business one day, if you've been in this business 3 days, there's always someone that can help you to be able to work those steps. They can send you scripts that you can send to them. We are here to help you walk through training to DT. So work on that belief. Consistency is so important. That's number 2. And I'm going to talk about the 6th list. And I don't mean to keep harping on this. I don't mean to keep going over this, but it's working for our team and it's working for me individually. I've even just been asked today to speak on a call Wednesday night, and I'll be putting that out for you guys to be a part of too. But the girls that went to the retreat, we're getting together and talking about what is working for us and for our teams as far as enrollments. And so they've asked me to speak about my 6th list. And the consistency is so important. Your page and your consistency speaks volumes. So I gave this analogy to the girls that we met with on Saturday. If you are talking to a potential distributor that is friends with you and friends with me, and despite the fact that I've been in the business for as long as I have, and that aside, if they looked at your page of consistency and talking about the business and about the products, and they looked at my page and consistency of talking about the business and the products, who do you think that they would feel more confident in signing up with? Would they be confident in you? Or would they be more confident in me because of my consistency? And so when you're sitting there and thinking about what you're communicating to potential people that are wanting to sign up with you, are you communicating the fact that you are in this business, that you are excited about it, that you're working towards things that are going to change your life? So who are you? Somebody that somebody would want to sign up with? On our 6th list, we go over host a posting, and we don't give you like a number to sign up. We ask you to do 30 asks. That's 30 messages that you copy and paste literally to your friends list. Okay, it takes like 10 minutes to copy and paste those messages. Those host a posts are so key for conversations in sales and for distributors. And here's why. Okay. Host a post, like I think people think about sales when we are DT driven. So say you've all gotten your 4 customers already. You are just trying to focus on getting a distributor. Guess what you can focus your host a post on? You can 100% fix those host a posts that people host for you on distributors. You can give them all distributor host a posts. Okay. So when you sit there and you put out more volume, of product, you're going to get more customer sales. If you put out more volume of distributors, you're going to get more distributor conversations. You still have to be able to work through those conversations with people, but the more conversations you're in, it's a numbers game, the more opportunities you'll have to be able to sign somebody. When you do the ask message, you get put distributor hacks up. This is all host to post. You give them distributor story slides. So a lot of people, I think Mel talked about this last week, how she is giving them a second entry for putting up a story slide in their post. Okay. So like they do a post for you. A couple days later, she says, would you like a second entry? And she sends them a story slide asking, it's just basically calling social media influencers. Okay. And so she gives them a story chart. That's another way to put out a distributor message out there. Okay. And so when you sit there and you're putting out 30 asks a day, 30 times 30 is what, with my math, 900, is that 900? I don't know. Is it 9? Yes. I don't know. Somebody might add that up to me. It's a lot of people you're asking. I'm terrible. 20, right? Yeah, 900. Okay, that's 900 people that you're asking to potentially host a post for you. Okay, you may get a quarter of those that put up a post for you. That's like 150 maybe. I'm just going off the top of my head. That's 150 posts out there. If you did those all distributor hosted posts, how many conversations are you going to be in this month? A lot. Like, do you guys hear me? How important host to post is for your business? It literally has gotten every sale I've gotten for me this month. You have got to be getting those asks out. You're just asking, but the post will get up and you'll get into more conversations. When you were talking about, on our 6 list, we talk about posting about the products. What we don't talk about a lot is putting your story out there. Why you join the business, what you're hoping for, what you're dreaming for, like why you do this, paying for gas in your car, getting ice cream for your kids, maybe building your dream home one day, retiring yourself, retiring your husband, not worrying about your husband working, like paying for private school, whatever it is that is your why, you have to put that out there. You have to put that in verbiage. Maybe you don't feel like you're a good writer, you can copy somebody else's. You guys are all in the same groups. You know each other's posts. Feel free to steal and edit and make it yourself. But when you put your story out, your hopes, your dreams, that makes them drawn to you and think that they can actually do it. Just like you felt by watching whoever's stories you were enrolled under, it made you feel like you could possibly do this business. And so you want to be able to portray that same thing. So you've got to be putting that out there, that consistency on your page and in your stories. Go live. Don't hesitate to go live. Go live and talk about what this business is doing for you, what it's brought for you. If you're brand new in this business, you feel like people, like when you're brand new, feel like they have no story because they haven't paid off a ton of debt. They really haven't made a lot of money. But you can go live and talk about, again, what you hope to get from this business, what you're working towards, what this business is working towards you. So for instance, you're working towards earning $5,000 by Christmas. Okay, that's not something you've done already, but that's your goal. That's what you're working towards. Okay, I'm working towards paying off debt. I joined this business because I have $100,000 in debt, and I'm going to pay off my debt with this business, and we are going to be debt free and build our dream home. Talk and share your dreams and passions with people. Go live. You can do, we've got now tons of options of going live. You can go live on Facebook. You can go live in IGTV. I mean, there's just so many different areas that you can go live in. Use that. Facebook loves that. It boosts your algorithm when you go live. So, and don't just, you can combine product. You can talk about product and talk about the business. I always do that. If I'm going live about a product, I always bring in the business and talk about the business. But that's another way that you can get your story out there and get in conversations with distributors. I did a post, and I'm very consistent about telling my story and posting on my page about my story. I just had somebody message me yesterday, and she said, "Are you still looking for great people to join your team?" Because that's what I said in my post. I'm looking for great people to join my team. And she literally messaged, "Are you still looking for me for great people?" And I love these things. Like Emily and Jen just put in here, Emily's paid over 10K of debt since joining in June of 2020. That's insane, Emily. Like, that's insane. I mean, like, that should be something you're screaming from the freaking hilltops. Jen, you got a new countertop in your bathroom from this business. You need to be taking pictures of that countertop and blasting that everywhere, and talking about that, because I paid for my son's braces. Yes, you did, Mel. Yes, you did. I'm freaking paying for my daughter's college. There are things that we are all have people that have been in the business for a while. You forget to shout out your accomplishments. Share it over and over again. If you don't have accomplishments yet, share what your dreams and hopes are. People are like, what do I say? So I'm in a conversation. Okay, I've done 150 DT host posts this month, and I have no clue what to say to these people. Just be you. Like, literally, I have gotten away from using scripts so much because I just want to have real conversations with people. We have gotten so away from having like relational conversations and getting to know people. Just talk to them. Just talk to them. Girl, why do you want to do this? What do you need extra money for? Let them share that with you, okay? Sometimes we lose people when we throw so much at them and overwhelm them and blah, blah, blah them to death. Let them partake in the conversation. Like, get feedback, go back and forth with them. You don't have to give them every single bit of info about this business in the first message. Hey girl, I'm so excited to talk to you about this business. I cannot wait to tell you about how it's changed my life and is going to change my family's future. Tell me, what is making you interested in making some extra money for your family? Let them talk to you. When you've learned that, you respond back with, I love it so much. This business can do exactly what you want to do and more. Here's what it has done for me, or what it is going to do for me. This is what I'm working for. You share your story. Why did you join this business? That's not a script. That's not my story. It's yours. You're just telling them, I joined this business because I have my son's braces to pay for, and that was $300 extra a month I did not have. And I was looking back at having to go back to work, and I'm a stay-at-home mom who loved being home with my kids, and I didn't want to do that. That's Mel's story. And she did it. She paid her braces off early. And like, have a conversation. Then when they're like, wow, that's awesome, because that's usually what they'll say, wow, that's awesome. So what exactly do you do? Guess what you can say? Again, a conversation. You voice message, you text back and forth, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just be you. You say, I work for a company called It Works. We have over 40 amazing products that I love. This is my favorite. You probably have seen me post about my coffee. It is my favorite product. It's helped me lose weight. All I do is talk about it just like you would talk about your Starbucks coffee every day. And that's how I make money. We do a task list every day. And it's so simple. It's easy to add into your life. And if you do that task list every day, I promise I can help you be successful. Like, literally, that's what I say to people. I let them know you have to put in some work, but you can see on my page what I do, because guess what? I'm consistent on my page. Any conversation I have with somebody, they can go back to my Facebook page or my Instagram page or my story or wherever and be able to see that I'm speaking truth. They can be able to see an example of what I do and think that they can do that too. I'm just having a conversation. Typically, all it ends up with like, okay, so how do I get started? I don't know that I could do this. A lot of times they push back because they're scared. I have a girl right now that I'm talking to that's so fearful. You know what? That's a conversation. It's not a script. Girl, I was fearful too. I didn't think I could do this. I tried other businesses before and failed big time. But I have an amazing community that supports me of women. I have trainings like this that I just got off a training last night where I was trained, like, you can just like dissipate their fears because you've had them too. Like, you're just trying to identify with them and have a conversation with them. People relate to people. People want to feel heard and seen. What a script does is it takes away that relational aspect of it. I'm literally just having conversations. And that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do as well. Something I hear a lot too is, okay, so I've had a conversation with them. But it's gone nowhere. They aren't responding back to me, or they're leaving me on red, whatever. I always pick it back up. So you can either round back and be like, hey, girl, I know I threw a lot at you. What questions can I answer for you? There's a great video that Claire and Katie and Sarah Heineman did. And I use this a lot. I'll round back with them. And if you want this video, reach out to me because I can send it to you, or Mel. But I'll say, hey, I know I threw a lot at you the other day. Here is a couple of my friends in the business who this business has changed their life. And I love hearing their story. I'd love for you to watch this if you have time. And I just leave it at that. It's about always keeping that conversation flowing. And then a couple weeks later, I'll follow up with them again. Even if they haven't answered, I'm following up with these people over and over again. I heard you. My follow-ups are personal. Why are they personal? Because I had a conversation with them. Hey, girl, it's almost the end of the month. I'd love for you to be able to start November strong and start working on paying for your son's braces. That can be done starting November. You may get the whole month to earn you money for paying for his braces payment next month. Are you ready to get started? How do I know that? Because I had a personal conversation with them, and I'm able to make that follow-up personal. A lot of people are just scared. You're scared to ask. The reason you're not signing distributors is because you just won't ask. Just do it. Stop looking at what the name is, who they are, and being afraid of asking. Every person who hosts a post for me, I ask them to join the business. Every single one. Many of you that are on this call, that's how you got into the business with me, is because I asked you to join this business after you posted for me, because that is the basis of what we do. And you joined my team. If I had never asked you that question, you would not be on this phone call with me right now. So just ask. You never know. People may look like they have it all together, but you never know what financial struggles they have in the background. Maybe their husband lost their job last week. Maybe they just got a braces payment to pay for. Maybe their son has to have, and they can't cover it all by their insurance. You never know what is going on in the background of people's life. Stop choosing how they spend their money and thinking they don't need it. That's what you're doing by not asking. You're choosing the no for them. And then next week you see them join paparazzi, because guess what? That paparazzi girl asked her. You hear me? And you're like, shoot, I should have asked her. Yeah, you should have. She'd be successful than she would at that. And so, you guys, stop letting fear hold you back from asking those people. Something I want to challenge you guys up to do tonight before we get off, is think of 10 people in your life who could use this business, that you think could use this business in their life, or maybe you think would be fun to work with in this business. Send them a message. For most of you, that literally makes you want to go have diarrhea. Because you're like, no, I can't do that. No, I worry too much about what they think. It scares me to death. No. I don't care if you're scared or you're nervous. You need to take the message and you just need to send it. It needs to say something like this. Okay, so here's an example, and I don't have this to go in the chat because I'm not that prepared tonight. Something like this. Hey girl, I hope you are doing well. I don't know if you saw, but I started a new business opportunity and I'm so excited about it. I have an amazing group of ladies who are so helpful, and I already feel successful even though I just started. And this is designed mostly for new people. Okay, you can edit that as you want, but I'll put this in the more chat after we're done. I don't know if you've ever thought of doing something like this, but I would love to do this together. It would be so fun. Have you ever thought of making extra cash from your phone? It's simple. It's being real. You're new, but you're excited. Freaking voice message that to your friend or to your cousin who literally has been unable to pay her rent for the last couple months, or whoever it is that you think might need it. Don't be afraid to send it. Just do it. So I've given you guys a lot of tips tonight on how to reach out to DTs, but also how to bring them in, because we are mass customer and DTs enrollers. People flock to us. They are drawn to us by what we put out. They're drawn to our positive attitude. They're drawn to our excitement. They're drawn to our page. They're drawn to our consistency. Speak that over yourself every day. Write it out over and over until you believe it. And then stop being afraid. And so the things that we talked about, being consistent on your page, being consistent with telling your story, host a posting, be consistent with host a posting, give them DT host a post messages. If you do not have a host a post message for distributors, usually it says, my friend is looking for 2 stay-at-home, not stay-at-home moms, but 2 work-from-home moms or whatever like that. We can give you one. So just reach out to me or one of your leaders. And you just give that to them to host a post. I have one go. I have a couple networks right now in the Philippines. Not sure how I got into this network. I had a girl host a post for me in California, and it's blown up. I'm all over the Philippines right now. So, but I'm only giving them business host posts right now, and it's really working. They're all asking me how to work this business. They only have wraps over there and defining gel and facials. Literally, that's all they've got. And so I'm gearing everything towards that. I'm doing giveaway posts that are geared towards that. And so you do not be afraid to just do it. Just go with it. Even talk to other people in different countries. Like I'm having to use translations. Just do it. And I'm challenging you guys to send out those 10 asks today to those people that are kind of scare you, or that you have that fear of asking to join your team. It doesn't hurt to have that conversation. And again, when you're getting host to post up, ask every single person that posted for you to join the business. You never know where it's going to go, and make it personal. You guys, make it personal. Just like you want to be heard and seen, just like you you don't want to feel alone in this world. They don't either. And they already showed interest. Okay. Number one thing is that they need this business or they need income. Okay. They wouldn't have responded on the post. They wouldn't have messaged you info. They wouldn't have any of that. Or if they say, sure. So I'll ask them after a host post, hey, what you did for me is exactly what I do. I would be doing a disservice if I didn't ask if you'd ever wanted to do what I do. And when they say, sure, send me some info, that means they're interested in making more money. You know that about them. It's not a guess. They've already said they are. And so now it's a matter of the right amount of follow-up, the connection, making it personal, and finally it'll all click together. I promise it does. There's people I've signed that I've been talking to for a long time. And I know when you're just brand new in the business, you're like, I can't afford to talk to anybody for a year. I need my 4-in-1 this month. There'll be somebody who does sign up, but in a year from now, somebody you talk to this month will be signing up with you in a year. And you want to know why? Because you were consistent on your page and you were consistent in your story. They watched you earn Christmas cash. They watched you pay $10K off of debt. They watched you pay your son's braces off. They watched you buy a freaking new countertop. And they're like, okay, I believe this girl now. I think I'd like to join her team. All right, you guys, I'm going to open it up for questions real quick before we hop off. Is there anybody that has a specific question or something that they need to know about what I just talked about? Just unmute yourself. While you're thinking, I'm just going to talk for a second. Starting tomorrow night, every Tuesday night before Freedom Team Huddle, we are going to start an evening power hour at 8:30 p.m. Okay. And what this power hour is designed to do, we have a lot of new people in this business. We have a lot of people that have been in this business a while and could use just some retraining on how we are personally doing our 6 list. Okay. So your Diamond and Above leaders, that'd be Jennifer, Melanie, myself, and Emily, are all going to be running these power hours on Tuesday night at 8:30. So from 8:30 to 9:30, we'll be running a power hour. And then at 9:30, the Freedom Team Huddle will be coming on with Claire, Katie, and Sarah. Okay. That'll be Tuesday night for the next month, at least, while we see how things go. What we're going to be doing is screen sharing in the moment. We'll be screen sharing on here on Zoom and actually just working our business on the phone with you. Okay. We'll be sharing our scripts in the chat. We'll be giving you tasks to do in the moment, but we'll have our phones open while we message these people. How do we interact? How do we send happy birthday messages? How do we message for 10 product messages. How are we doing that? You're going to watch our hands work through this business. Okay. Because I feel like sometimes when you get, when you're like, I don't know how to work this business, I don't even know what to do, I don't even know if I'm doing it right. This will give you a chance to see people who've been in this business for a little bit, how we individually do those messages and how we individually ask. And so, and we'll give you those tasks in the moment too, so you can watch us do a couple, and then you could sit there on your phone and do a couple too. And so we'll just all get some work together done on Tuesday night, and then you can take what you've learned on Tuesday night and apply it on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday until someone else comes on the next Tuesday night. You can see how they do it, because we all four operate our businesses very differently. Okay, we all four send messages differently. You know, Emily doesn't necessarily send happy birthday messages. She sends good morning messages to people instead of sending happy birthday messages. So you'll learn how she does that. And so you'll take a piece of each one of us away to be able to apply to your business every single day. So we're really looking forward to doing that tomorrow night and every Tuesday night to get started. And then, like I said, on Wednesday, I'm part of a Zoom with the ladies that I went to the retreat with at the island. And we'll be talking about how we're working our business and getting our 4-in-1. And I've been specifically asked to talk about our 6 list and how we're working that. So I'm super excited to do that and present that to all their teams and our team. So I'll be sending that to you and opening up that to you as well. I just got that message. So I'm excited. Does anybody have anything that they want to say before we get off?
Hey, Mel, I just wanted to let everybody know something that I'm doing, especially for us moms that are workers outside of the home. And we also have a 6 list to get done. I have made the graphic that we send every day showing that we've got our 6 list done. I have changed and saved that graphic as the lock screen on my phone. So every single time I look at my phone, it reminds me of the things that I have and have not done. So I just go down that list like throughout my day. And I still do my 10 o'clock timer, my 1 o'clock timer, and my 4:30 timer. And so at 10 o'clock, if I haven't done my birthdays, I make sure I do my birthdays then. And so it gives me something structured that I can say, oh, yeah, that's what I need to do at this time. That's what I need to do at this time. And so it's just a suggestion for those that work outside of the home, because sometimes the day gets away from us.
Amen to that. I completely agree. The biggest thing that, because I've heard a lot of people say, you know, they can't get their 6 list done. I have to personally pre-plan my day. When am I going to have time to do this? When am I going to be able to accomplish that? I love the idea of it being a screensaver on your phone. I've done that before with like my goals. Like if I have a specific goal that I'm shooting for, with some things, I'll put that as my screensaver too. And that way it's just in your face all the time. When you go to pick up Candy Crush, instead of playing Candy Crush, you open up your phone and you see, have you done my 30 half asks? Dear God, no, I haven't done my 30 half asks yet. I better do that instead of playing Candy Crush. You know, if you're getting ready to open TikTok and you haven't sent your birthday messages for the day, then you need to not open TikTok and you need to send your 30 birthday messages for the day. And so it's a good reminder when you literally, as you're picking up your phone to do something else, you make sure that your 6 list is done for the day. So, because we get caught in the time wasting game of social media and things on our phone. And so if you, Emily's like, but you know, we get distracted easily. And then when you add work into that as well, it's real hard to stay on task sometimes. And so you just, I find that I pre-plan my day. I pre-plan when I'm going to be working out and exercising for the day. You know, I measure my water out and say, I've got to drink this much by this time in the morning so that I can drink this much by this time at night. Like everything I pre-plan, because that's what's helping me be successful. So, and I do that with my 6 list. All right. Anybody else? AJ, April, you had a question?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I love you. I've missed you. Hey. Listen, okay, I do have a question. Have you submitted any before and afters of yourself? Because you look so good. And I see you sharing them all the time. Girl, Yes, you have. What's the deal?
I have not submitted any before and afters of myself. I need to do that. So I actually will work on that tomorrow. I'll put that on my goal list because I have goals I do every single day, and I will put that on my goal list to submit some before and after so I can have some real authentic ones. I like using my own, and the only reason I do is because they just don't seem businessy, I guess. Like I feel like it's authentic and speaks to people, but I do need to get some other ones so that it's just a little more corporate compliant for you guys to be able to share. So I will do that, April. Thank you. I hit 53 pounds today, by the way. So super crazy. The picture I posted today of me and Mel, I had a laugh because I joked with her that we had to get a new picture when we were together this weekend. And I put it, and I was like, this was just January. This was just conference in January that this first picture was taken. And like, it's amazing what just some focused intention and have I been perfect every day? No, I haven't. Like I give into temptation and I set myself back, but then I jump back on the horse because that's what it's all about. When you're on a weight loss journey and even a business journey, you have hard days. Sometimes you have great days. But if you just keep picking yourself up and going, you'll have success. So Susanna said, I just posted some, but I've not submitted them either. All right, y'all. I love you. I hope you guys have a great night. Bedtime. And I will. My husband says it's bedtime. Say hello. He's tired. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night.